Former President Donald Trump's social media platform,
Truth Central,
continues its slow circle of the drain, recording its second lowest monthly audience since its launch in June, according to new data released this week from the RightWing. Truth social media platform recorded its third straight month of declining traffic. Truth Social attracted 2,112,000 unique visitors, down 38% compared to June 2023, when the site generated 3,407,000 unique visitors, noted the website, which added, it was the platform's second worst traffic performance since June of 2022, when Truth Social held only 1,891,000 unique visitors. The site launched in February 2022 to 3,260,000 unique visitors. So the writings, President Howard Polskin explained what he sees behind the trend, and it's not good. He says the diminishing audience levels for Truth Social suggest a rejection of the harsh rhetoric expressed by the ex-president and his political allies. That is one of the hallmarks of the two-year-old platform. If this softness persists, it might portend trouble for Mr. Trump at the ballot box in November. I love how he uses the word softness to describe Trump's numbers. And you could maybe describe it, use that to describe something else as well. I don't know.
Tallywhacker.
Okay, anyway.
tighten up my meat. I like my meat tight.
Now, it's not just Truth Social, though, that is doing very poorly. Seems like a lot of conservative media is also doing quite poorly. The Comscore data looked at desktop and mobile traffic across right-of-center media outlets and found that these sites are also hemorrhaging readers. The writing has been tracking online outlets like Breitbart, Town Hall, and The Federalist, and have watched as their election year audiences have crashed when compared to 2020. So, now, that said, right of center, that's very key here. Because there was one clear winner when it came to right-wing websites, and that's Newsmax. Now that was the only news website of the 22 surveyed by the RightWing that actually grew its audience from June of 2020 to June 2024. The site posted a 26% audience increase within that period, attracting 4,308,000 unique visitors in June of 2024, compared to 3,322,000 in June of 2020. So, well, there's that. More Newsmax. Yeah, they're news in the max, and they're growing. Oh, great. Now, the other sites, not so lucky, as I mentioned. The Federalist lost 95% of its traffic compared to 2020. Breitbart, 92%, and Town Hall, 92%. They're all the steepest declines in the 4-year period of websites with measurable audiences. Yikes. Now, June also saw other right-wing platforms, along with Truth Social, like Rumble and Getter, also bled viewers. Not good. Now, Rumble, the right-wing's alternative to YouTube, dropped 43% compared to June of last year, while Getter was down to some 34%. Wow. So, yeah, Rumble not doing so well. Gee, I wonder if they can continue to pay people, what, 6 figures to sign on and actually do videos for Rumble, talking about cancel culture. There's only so much, so far, that can take you. Let's just say that. Now, that said, it's not all roses for mainstream media either. The New York Times actually lost 22% of its readers. CNN lost 32% of its readers between June of 2020 and June of 2024. So, now look, I can just do the simple thing and make fun of right-wing media, be like, oh, nobody wants to read it. Yeah, because it all sucks. Yes, it all does suck. But I think there's actually a bigger reason as to why, you have these websites that are failing. Look, as far as Truth Social, though, and some of these other outlets, look, Truth Social is a pump and dump. I've talked about that before. Clearly made for a very niche audience that was never going to grow. All right, that's established. No surprise there. But the other platforms, though, this is part of a bigger trend. All right? I think that can be attributed to Facebook. And I'm not talking about the Rumble or anything like that. Again, that still suffers from the same problem as Truth Social, is that there's already gigantic competitors, YouTube, Facebook, and these alternative platforms, which are just generally so-called free speech, but tend to attract like the right-wingers and Nazis, not doing very well, right? It doesn't have any appeal to the average person, to the regular public. Whereas, again, Facebook and YouTube actually do outside of news and politics. So now, that said, talking about Facebook, Facebook earlier this year pretty much nuked all of its political content off the newsfeed. Okay? And the social media, by the way, competitor to Twitter/X, Threads, has also been throttling journalists, making it so that political content doesn't proliferate on that website. So, and a lot of journalists have been, raising the red flag and being like, hey, what the hell? Why are you throttling our posts and making sure that political stuff does not end up on your feed? Well, that's what they're doing. Okay. And look, I rarely see any political posts on Facebook anymore. It's not like it used to be. Maybe I'll see the occasional video from Biden-Harris, for example, asking for campaign donations, or now Harris asking for campaign donations. I do Facebook videos. It's not the only thing I do. My videos go on Facebook and YouTube. And let me tell you what, my Facebook traffic has just completely and utterly tanked. It's barely worth putting up videos anymore. I'm sorry. It went from thousands and tens of thousands of video views to I'm lucky if there are hundreds. Okay. Facebook was a significant amount of traffic, at one point even eclipsing what I was getting on YouTube. And then Facebook, Meta, shut off the spigot and said, no more political posts, no more political videos. We're just going to stick with cat videos, and that's pretty much it. And so, you lose access to that gigantic audience. That's what I think happened to a lot of these right-wing websites as well. Because right-wing websites did very, very well on Facebook. You had the Daily Wire that did huge on Facebook, townhall.com. Again, all these, and I think this had actually happened previous to the video changes, the changes for video political content, but they also restricted website linking on Facebook. And so all these conservative websites, and it didn't just hit conservative websites, it hit, liberal websites as well. You can't get the amount of traffic from Facebook to your website anymore that you used to. And so that's a huge problem for news publishing. And so that business model of, posting your links and stuff on Facebook and then having it direct you to the website is dead. That business model is completely dead. Now, that said, it's also kind of amazing, though, that we've been seeing such a huge decline in the news and politics business, people seeking out news and politics videos and websites and things with everything that's been happening. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, look at all the events. Howard Polskin writes, the remarkable political news that dominated events in July of 2024 should provide a much-needed boost for the traffic for news outlets on both sides of the aisle. I can say that I have not seen that. I mean, we'll have to see what the official numbers come out on next month, but it's not good. Okay. He says, if traffic continues to drop, it would signal intensifying challenges facing all news websites. Yeah, we've seen that already. We've seen a massive decline in independent news. Okay. All the layoffs, all the outlets, the digital outlets that have shuttered, just the reduction in the amount of advertising dollars also that gets directed towards news and political content. It's a disaster. It's a bloodbath out here. Let's be honest. Like, if you were ever thinking about getting into news and politics, I wouldn't. Okay, don't make news and politics videos. Make cat videos. Make gaming videos. Okay, because news and politics is a dead end. Okay, you are not going to get anywhere. Unfortunately, I have kind of hitched myself to the wagon, so I'm going to go down with the ship. But that said, it's been pretty bad for news outlets, but the news has never been more interesting. It's never been more insane out there. And so it's one of those things that's really, really surprising. And the only explanation that I can think of as to why all this is happening is big tech has just decided we're just not gonna focus on news and politics anymore. It's more trouble than it's worth for us. And so we're just gonna limit it as much as we can. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.